I have Maytag MF12568AEW fridge. Came home to the temp alarm beeping and the freezer display flashing alternately between 0 degrees, which is our regular setting, and 16. Ice cream very soft. Turned off the alarm and reset the display to 0, but don't know what this means. Of course, can find every owner's manual for everything but the fridge. Thanks.
Hello, and thank you for using this service. I'll be helping you with your problem today. Is the refrigerator temperature still cooling like normal? Only the freezer is too warm? Also, if you open the freezer door, do you hear a fan running inside the freezer?
No fan was running in the freezer, although now it seems to be on, again, and things are frosting up. The fridge section seems to be okay, although hard to tell for sure. Could just resetting it have done the trick?
Yes, unplugging the unit and plug it back in will oftentimes reset the control board. If the unit wasn't running at all and you didn't hear the fans or motors running, it sounds like your control board got stuck in defrost or in the off logic. Either way, if the problem happens again and you hear no fans or motors running, the control board would need to be replaced because it's not telling anything to come on and it knows the temperature is too warm, which is why it's beeping at you.
I did not unplug the unit, only stopped the display alarm and reset the display itself. And that seems to have worked. But, should I also unplug the fridge itself and plug back in, to play it safe?
If you did, you'd want to unplug the unit for 5 minutes to allow the freon pressure to even out before you plug it back in. But if it's working right now, I don't really see a point in doing that. I'd just give it some time and make sure it's actually cooling down again and not just sounding like it's trying to cool.
Okay. Thanks. How long should I give it for that? So, if it happens again, we can do the unplugging for 5 minutes. Then plug back in, and if that doesn't work, it needs a new display panel, correct? Also, bread in the freezer seems to have gotten soft, so we shouldn't refreeze that. But if other things still feel hard, they should be safe to keep in the freezer?
Give it 2 hours and just make sure the temperature has gone down from 16 where it's at now. Try not to open the unit for 2 hours. As for the items in the freezer, nothing got over 32 degrees because it was only showing 16 on the display, so everything should be fine, although if things like bread or ice cream got a little soft, you may get a bit of freezer burn.
Great, T. Hanks. Now, since I reset the display to 0, unfortunately, I won't know when it gets to 0 again. Or if it's going down. Again, if it happens again, we can do the unplugging for 5 minutes. Then plug back in, and if that doesn't work, it needs a new display panel, correct?
If you hear nothing running, then everything you said is correct. It could be something completely different if you hear it running like it's trying to cool but it's not getting cold enough.
How will I know if the freezer is cooling if I reset the display to 0, and I shouldn't open the freezer? How much should I hear from the whole unit? I heard the fan on again in the freezer, only by opening it.
It will start beeping at you again if it's not down to temperature within a few hours. And the only way you know if the fan inside the freezer is running is to open the freezer door. So let it continue on running since you know it's running and see what happens.
If you have a home improvement or appliance question and want to chat with an expert now, visit justanswer.com/YTHI.